Hey guys, welcome back to Treadmill Review Guru. I'm Sydney, and today I'm checking out the new Horizon T101. It's been updated for this year, but we're really glad to see that the T101 is still very budget-friendly, foldable, lightweight, and easy to use. Now, let's jump in and check it out a little bit more closely. So at well under $1,000, the Horizon T101 is a really affordable treadmill. And even though it is an entry-level machine, it has impressive construction. So starting with its footprint, as it's laid out like this, it's 71 inches long, 34 inches wide, and 57 inches high. The deck folds up and it uses a hydraulic system, so you get assistance when you lift up that deck. So that way you don't have to lift up the entire weight of the deck. And then once it's folded up, when you unlock it, the deck will slowly lower to the floor. So it's really nice to see the hydraulic system and this mechanism on such an inexpensive treadmill. And since the T101 only weighs about 180 pounds, it's actually pretty lightweight and easy to use. Don't get me wrong, it is substantial, but when it's folded up, you just need to tip it back to be able to engage those front transportation wheels to be able to move it around. The frame is made out of steel, so it supports the base of the deck, and then these steel uprights connect into the frame on the floor, and they extend up to hold the console. And usually on budget treadmills, we like to see a steel crossbar mounted in between the steel uprights just to help add stability, keep everything from shaking, especially up in the console. But the T101 doesn't need it. Even when we run at higher speeds, the console stays in place and there's really just minimal movement. And in fact, we think that the new model actually feels a little bit more solid than the previous model. The T101 also has a nice weight limit of 300 pounds, which is significantly more than what treadmills that you find in this price point offer. And the motor is also impressive. It is a 2.5 horsepower motor. And with this size, we recommend it primarily for walking and jogging. It isn't the best for, intense training like long distance running or long distance jogging, or using it, at its higher speeds for long periods of time, but the motor performs really well, and it's also pretty quiet. I'm gonna hop on it in a moment in that functionality section, so make sure you stick around for that. The T101 goes up to 10 miles per hour, and then that deck inclines up to 10%, which is pretty comparable to treadmills that are priced a little bit higher. And the incline is pretty quiet. It makes like a tiny bit of noise on top of the sound of the motor moving the belt. So we're really impressed with how quiet that incline is especially. I'm also really pleased with how responsive the motor is. So Horizon treadmills, from when we tested, they're some of the fastest to adjust. So we like to recommend like the 7.8 AT for HIIT training because it adjusts really quick. So we're glad to see that Horizon's entry-level model, which is the T101, is really just as efficient as the 7.8 AT as far as adjusting really quickly. And even though the T101 is a good size treadmill and it can handle a good amount of weight, it's still actually pretty compact, so to fit a little bit better in most homes. The deck is 20 inches wide and 55 inches long, and this is really another reason why we recommend it, primarily for walking and jogging. If you have a longer running stride, you might not be able to fully run on the deck. For reference, I'm about 5'1". I have a pretty short running stride, and I'm also pretty petite, so I'm able to run at the higher speeds. Matt, who is 6'5", has a fairly short running stride too, but he's only able to get up to a jogging pace. So most people will probably be able to walk and jog, but just keep this in mind, especially if you want to run on the T101 and if you have a longer running stride. And for an inexpensive treadmill, the cushioning is actually pretty nice. It has really nice shock absorption to be able to help lessen the impact on your joints. So if you're looking for, a compact treadmill that's foldable and also really affordable, I highly recommend the T101. And to instill even more confidence in the design and in the construction, Horizon includes a lifetime frame and motor warranty. Now really, the console is the only aspect where we have a few complaints, and some of them aren't even fully negative. So overall, the console is simple and straightforward with less tech than what other treadmills tend to come with. Obviously, the T101 isn't the best if you're looking for a treadmill with a touchscreen. If that's the case, we have plenty of other reviews on our YouTube channel, so check those out. However, treadmills with touchscreens are priced significantly more than the T101. So this console has these 3 LED windows that display your workout metrics. So you'll see all of these when you're using it. You'll see your heart rate, your calories, time, speed, all of that. And there are also onboard workouts. So these are pretty standard and comparable to what other commercial treadmills offer. You have these buttons to choose from up here with these 6 different programs, and they each have customizable settings. And the T101 overall is pretty straightforward to use. It does have a good amount of adjustment buttons. So there are these buttons here, and then you have these quick touch buttons on either side of the console. So you have your speed on the right, incline on the left. They do skip around a little bit as far as, specific increments, but if I want to go to 3 miles per hour, I could press 3 here, and if I wanted to incline the deck to 6%, I could just press the 6 over there. For more specific levels, it's definitely helpful to use these arrowed buttons or even these blue roller adjustments. These are kind of fun. These just roll, so when you roll them forward, you can change the speed and then change the incline over here and roll them back to decrease the speed and decrease the incline. And these handles are actually pretty multifunctional. So, you can grab them for balance, you can adjust the speed and incline, and then they also have these pulse grips to be able to read your heart rate. So you have to hold them to be able to read your heart rate on the screen. Unfortunately, there isn't the ability to connect a heart rate monitor, so you do just have to use the pulse grips. So this is a little unfortunate, as you do have to hold the handles to use those pulse grips in order for it to read your heart rate. But for storage, you have these pockets on either side for your water bottle, and you can also put your phone up here on the device rack. So that's really nice to be able to stream, kind of whatever you want. In addition to, doing a workout, you can use your phone or your tablet, and you can also pair your device to play music through the speakers. So that's cool. You can play, your own music or your own content. Although, with how short and small this console is, I would just put the T101 in front of a TV personally. The speakers are front facing, but they're a little weak. As much as I like being able to play, Spotify through the speakers, my iPhone is actually a little louder than them. So just keep that in mind. And then finally, this fan here, if you listen to it, it's small, but it's actually pretty effective. So I'm fairly short, it hits my neck. It obviously isn't the most powerful fan, but for a fan that comes, included and built into a treadmill, it's actually pretty decent. All right, now let's check out how the T101 performs. But first, if you like this video and find it helpful, give it a like and subscribe to our channel. We create reviews like this for you, so you know exactly what to expect, and we have a lot of content coming your way, so make sure you're subscribed. So I'm just gonna start at a casual walking pace of 3 miles per hour. All right, now I'm gonna bump it up to 6 miles per hour. And here's 9 miles per hour. All right, and here is that 10% incline. So overall, for how inexpensive the T101 is, it's actually pretty quiet. Here's Matt. He is 6'5", walking at 3 miles per hour and jogging at 6 miles per hour. Thanks for watching our review of the new Horizon T101. Even with the new design, the T101 is still a great budget-friendly treadmill. And even though it is an entry-level model, its quality, construction, and training capabilities are similar to more expensive treadmills. It has a 2.5 horsepower motor that's quiet, responsive, and capable of handling light to moderate use. We recommend the T101 for primarily walking and jogging, although if you have a shorter running stride like me, you'll probably be able to run on it as well. And the deck has nice cushioning, plus it folds up, and the T101 is pretty easy to move around. It has an impressive 300-pound weight limit, and its compact design is backed with an impressive lifetime frame and motor warranty. Some things to keep in mind is that the console has less tech than what most treadmills offer. Wireless heart rate tracking isn't available on the console, so you have to use the pulse grips that are on these front handles to be able to track your heart rate on the screen. And although the speakers are Bluetooth enabled, so you can play your own content through them, they are pretty weak. But for a light, compact, and as affordable as it is, the T101 is an excellent choice, especially if you're looking to save on a treadmill. And I really can't express enough how impressed I am with the T101. To learn more, head to treadmillreviewguru.com. We have a full written review with even more details that I probably missed. And you can check the link in the description for the current price. This is our affiliate link, and purchasing through there helps us out so we can keep creating reviews like this for you. And if you find this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe to our channel. We work to review the latest models of fitness equipment so you know what to expect. I'm Sydney with Treadmill Review Guru. I'll see you next time.